Welcome back to Planet Zoo. Today we are starting episode 6, if you can believe it, of our North American zoo. As you can see, I've got it in night mode right now, so that way we can take a look at all the lighting. In between episodes, because, you know, I knew that it was going to be a little bit flashy and it was going to be kind of boring, I went ahead and did some minor upgrades to the building just to touch it off. First off, I put in the gap filler here. I used the new the slats from the conservation pack, and then of course I put in our brand new sign. This is the Everglades Emporium. Let me just zoom up a little bit and you can see it. I think it looks pretty good. We got 2 different colors of butterflies. Got some lettering. Looks pretty classy. And then as you enter into the Emporium, now all of the butterflies actually glow in the correct colors, and they're even like recolored themselves, so you don't have just one butterfly anymore. So as you come through here, it's supposed to look pretty jungly, so like we've got different we've got free look on, good, yeah. So we've got blue butterflies, but green lighting. We've got a mixture of green and blue, and then occasionally as we go through there'll be some orange just to break it up a little bit. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. I made, you might have seen me put in a TV last episode. Well, I finished it up, put in this custom sign. It didn't take as long as I thought it would, but it did take. So, you know, probably an hour or 2. One of the things that I learned when you do custom signs like this is that, especially when they glow, you need to turn your saturation up way higher than it looks like on your art device, and then you need to make it way darker, and then that'll adjust it to sort of this pale look that we've got right here. Like, this is what it looked like when I originally made it, and then I did all the adjustments, and now it looks like this in-game. So if you run into those issues, try your darkness and try your saturation. Moving back on. So as we come through here, I still need to put most of the animals in, but like, see, we've got a little bit of orange through there. We've got, as you come through this weeping willow tree, I put a butterfly there. It took me a little while, but got some green light. Thought that would accentuate whatever we put in here very nicely. And another through here. We've got this bright orange light contrasting with this bright blue. And then as we come up, I continued the theme, and this one is much more like blue. Like, we've got some green, there's an orange. But for the most part, I wanted it to keep, you know, sort of that canopy look to it. So, I think it looks pretty good. Starting this episode, like I mentioned last time, we are going to be working on the outside area now. We are going to be putting some rock faces onto here. We're going to put some stone pillars. I might clean up this pathing a little bit. I just put it down so that way, like, you know, I had an idea of where everything was going to be, make sure everything was connected. This shape may not stay. I have a couple of ideas, but we need to get we needed to get the terrain in first, I think. So let's go ahead and go to the time reel, and I will see you when we're done. And we are back. So this build took quite a bit of time, certainly more than I was expecting. The total record time was only like 2 hours, but I think it was more like a, oh my goodness, this is taking forever kind of an emotional thing, or like a mental thing. So we definitely got a lot done, and I think the area looks pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, it's not necessarily realistic, but I think as far as, you know, showing off what deserts in America can look like, I think we did pretty good. Most of this area is inspired by Utah, right on the border with Arizona. They have these really amazing, just stone monoliths that look, I mean, basically exactly like this over here. Except, you know, 4 million times bigger or whatever. So I wanted to incorporate some of that. And then over here we've got an adobe building. This is not completely done yet, but when we resume next time, I will be going through and actually putting in, you know, restaurants, probably a restroom, gift store, all of that kind of stuff. So this will be a functioning building. It won't just be something pretty to look at. And then through here, we've got our 3 main exhibits. And then, even though they're not native to North America, I thought it would be a lot of fun to have a walkthrough for fennec foxes. So this is going to be the fennec fox habitat. And then you've got this cute little viewing area in here, so that way you can look in on them. And then, of course, the staff access door, which will double as well for an access door for the foxes. Initially, I wanted to have a back entrance over here. Unfortunately, when I rotated the building, that just was no longer possible. You see how we're so close to the edge here that I don't think that they've been able to pass through, because normally the door would be right here. So, but the main thing that I am really happy with, as far as this whole area goes, is that, you know, when you come through here, you'll start on this path over here, right? And I'm not entirely sure how we're going to link it up, so this is subject to change. But, you know, you come down, you've seen the lion statues, you go past the staff building, and then you see this area over here. You come over here, you go onto the path, you walk this way, and then you turn the corner, and boom, the Emporium. So I think that's really cool. And then on top of that, we get this like abrupt transition of 1 second ago you were in the desert and now you are in a swamp, and just like, you know, that abrupt transition to really show how much change happens in the environment, you know, across distances. And especially with, like, since we're dealing with America, like, you can go from, you know, swamp to forest to desert, you know, within the same country. It just depends on where you go. Probably not necessarily the same state, but there are some where, like, you could do this in theory. California comes to mind. Like, if these are ponderosas. Ponderosas are native to the American West Coast. So, in theory, you know, if we called this California and not Manhattan, which is where I think this probably would be off of, you know, you won't get the same sort of desert, but you absolutely could go from desert, from redwoods to a little bit of desert in Nevada to swamp if you go all the way down south towards Mexico. I don't know that they have any swamp. I assume they must, or did at one point. I mean, it might be a driveway at this point, but you know, that might be something for me to look into. Oh, and last time I forgot to mention, I put some of the fog effects through here, just to add a little bit more atmosphere. Let me push play so you can see that. So, I think it's pretty, and then you come back out here, and again you get this abrupt change from one biome to the other. So as for future plans, I want to do something with this area through here. Maybe we'll do like a cactus garden, maybe. I know I said that I wanted to do rock penguins at one point, so we will probably figure out how to incorporate them. I'm debating whether or not to add another building over here, so that might be something we do not sure exactly what. And then prairie dogs. I thought that prairie dogs through here might be really cool as well. They say that on the entry here, there you are, North American cougar, that they can live in the desert, grassland, temperate. So, I mean, basically every biome that you can find in North America, they're somewhere around here. So, I mean, in theory we could put them here, but again, what I really want to do is put them... Actually, no, it got caught out. Oh, that was in a recording that didn't make it. So, over here, you see how I've got this neat little cutaway? I didn't do this. This was just part of the game. I think it would be really cool if we put the cougar showcase right here. I think that would be really nice. You know, really highlighted as sort of the star of the zoo. So, yeah, I think that just about covers everything. Until next time, I will see you guys soon.